Ladies and gentlemen, today we're diving into a topic that's as real as it gets. Narcissists. Those who thrive on control, manipulation, and putting themselves on pedestals. Now, we're not here to hurt anyone, but sometimes life demands that you stand firm and protect your peace. If you're dealing with a narcissist, you need to know how to reclaim your power without stooping to their level. Let's talk about 6 things they absolutely hate, not to attack, but to empower yourself and show them you're not someone to be toyed with. Narcissists are masters of manipulation, experts at twisting words and situations to provoke a reaction from you. Their entire game revolves around control, which they achieve by pulling you into their web of drama, conflict, and mind games. They thrive when they can make you doubt yourself, question your worth, or react emotionally to their antics. But when you choose to disengage, to simply not react, you disrupt their entire playbook. Ignoring a narcissist doesn't mean you're weak or indifferent. It means you're reclaiming your power. They hate being ignored because your attention is their fuel. Whether they're showering you with false praise or baiting you with criticism, their goal is always the same: to keep you emotionally hooked. When you don't respond, it's like cutting off the supply they desperately need. Their tactics, when you set clear boundaries, you take back control of your life. Narcissists thrive on invading your personal space, emotional territory, and sense of self. But when you firmly draw a line, you send an undeniable message. This is my space, my rules, and you cannot cross them. Establishing and enforcing boundaries is one of the most powerful moves you can make. It signals that you value yourself and refuse to be manipulated. Narcissists despise boundaries because they represent your autonomy and self-respect. 2 things they can't control. Your boundaries act like a shield, protecting your peace and mental well-being. Narcissists may try to push back harder, testing your limits, but staying firm is key. Every time you uphold your boundaries, you weaken their grip on you and strengthen your own sense of self. Remember, taking your power back isn't about conflict. It's about self-care. Narcissists may hate it, but your well-being is what truly matters. Are a nightmare because they shatter the illusion of control they desperately cling to. Setting boundaries isn't just about saying no to their demands. It's a clear declaration of your values, needs, and limits. It's about refusing to engage in the toxic dance they try to lead. When you enforce boundaries, you disrupt the very foundation of their manipulative strategies. They can no longer depend on your compliance or emotional availability to fuel their ego. But narcissists will test you. They'll push, manipulate, and guilt trip you, trying to make you feel selfish or unreasonable for protecting your well-being. They might switch between charm and aggression, using every trick in their arsenal to break down your defenses. This is why enforcement is crucial. A boundary without enforcement is like a locked door with an open window. They will find a way in if they sense even the slightest hesitation. Enforcing boundaries means standing firm in the face of their manipulation. It's about consistently refusing to engage in their drama, even when they escalate their tactics to make you feel uncomfortable or guilty. Recognize their attempts to provoke you for what they are: desperate bids to regain control. By holding your ground, you're not just protecting your peace, you're sending a clear message that their games no longer work on you. Boundaries aren't just walls. They're bridges to your freedom. They define who you are and what you will not tolerate. For a narcissist, boundaries are a harsh reminder that their control is no longer absolute. For a narcissist, rejection feels unbearable, and boundaries often feel like rejection to them. But for you, boundaries are a declaration of self-worth, a reminder that you have the power to dictate how you are treated, and an act of reclaiming control over your life. A narcissist's entire existence revolves around their need for validation. Their sense of self-worth is fragile, relying heavily on external praise, admiration, and constant affirmation to maintain their inflated self-imprinting. Self-improvement and constant affirmation to maintain their inflated self-imprinting. It's not enough for them to feel good about themselves. They need others to do the heavy lifting by constantly feeding their ego. This is where you hold an incredibly powerful tool: refusing to validate their ego. When you stop giving them the constant admiration they crave, you break down the foundation of their self-constructed reality. Narcissists depend on external sources to maintain their sense of importance. Every compliment and every bit of praise is like fuel for their delusion of superiority. By withholding validation, you remove yourself from their supply chain, causing their fragile self-worth to start crumbling. Refusing to validate their ego isn't about being cold or rude. It's about recognizing the unhealthy dynamics at play. and choosing not to participate in their endless need for reassurance. When they fish for compliments or seek affirmation, stay neutral. Offer no praise or flattery. Don't feed into their self-aggrandizing stories or inflated sense of self. This simple act of non-engagement is one of the most effective ways to strip them of their perceived power and protect your own peace. Instead of reacting to their need for recognition, you stand firm in your own sense of value, unaffected by their attempts to elevate themselves at your expense. The narcissist's frustration grows when they realize they can't get what they want from you. They might resort to manipulation, guilt-tripping, or playing the victim to elicit a response. They may even try to make you feel like you're in the wrong for not acknowledging their so-called greatness. But by refusing to validate their ego, you take back control of the narrative. You no longer allow their sense of importance to dictate the flow of conversations or the direction of the relationship. Narcissists are driven by the need for constant attention. But when you withhold that attention, it's like holding up a mirror to their true, vulnerable selves. Without external validation, they begin to feel the weight of their own emptiness. They can no longer pretend to be something they're not, and that harsh reality becomes deeply uncomfortable for them. By refusing to validate their ego, you give them a taste of the isolation and insecurity they work so hard to avoid. Confidence is the armor that protects you from a narcissist's attempts to diminish your self-worth. It's not about being loud or overly assertive. True confidence is rooted in a deep, unwavering belief in your own value and abilities. When you possess genuine self-confidence, it becomes a shield that their manipulation simply cannot penetrate. They can't shake you because you know exactly who you are, what you stand for, and the strength you carry within. For a narcissist, confidence is a direct threat. They feed off the insecurities of others, using them to control, manipulate, and belittle. But when you walk into a room with your head held high, unapologetically owning your space, they are faced with a force they cannot manipulate. Confidence radiates from within, sending a clear message. You cannot diminish me. It's not arrogance. It's an acknowledgement of your inherent worth, a quiet yet powerful refusal to let anyone define you. When you stop seeking validation from others, including narcissists, you shift the power dynamic in your favor. You no longer allow anyone to dictate your emotional state or question your decisions. Narcissists rely on your doubts, insecurities, and constant search for their approval to maintain control over you, but confidence disrupts that control. When you trust yourself, you don't need permission or approval from anyone. Your decisions are guided by your values and goals, not by someone else's manipulations. Narcissists will try to undermine your confidence by pointing out flaws, belittling your achievements, or making you feel unworthy of respect. But your inner confidence becomes a fortress they cannot penetrate, allowing you to stand tall, unaffected by their tactics. When you embody confidence, you send a clear message. You are not available for manipulation. You won't bend to their will or allow them to shape your narrative. Confidence creates invulnerability because it establishes your self-worth as unshakable. Narcissists who rely on destabilizing others find no leverage in someone who knows their own worth. You remain in control of your emotional landscape, ensuring that no external force, no matter how manipulative, can alter your sense of self. One of the most powerful ways to make a narcissist miserable is to show them that you can thrive without them. Narcissists thrive on the belief that they are irreplaceable, that they are the source of your happiness, success, or emotional stability. They love being the center of your world, controlling your thoughts, actions, and emotions. But when you start living your life independently, flourishing without their presence, you challenge their entire perception of themselves. Thriving without a narcissist isn't just about surviving their absence. It's about living so fully that their absence becomes insignificant, even a mere footnote in your life. This realization can be devastating for them because their power relies on your dependency, whether emotional, financial, or psychological. When you show them that you don't need them, their illusion of importance shatters. Your success without them is a testament to your strength and a constant reminder of their irrelevance. When you stop depending on them for validation, affection, or attention, you send a clear message. You no longer need them to feel complete, fulfilled, or happy. Narcissists feed off your weaknesses, your need for their approval, and your attachment to them. But when you begin to thrive independently, it shows them that you are self-sufficient, that your happiness doesn't hinge on their manipulation or presence. This doesn't mean you have to cut them off dramatically or act with hostility. It's a quiet refusal to let them control your life's direction. As you start thriving, you'll feel more energized, self-assured, and focused on your goals. You'll surround yourself with supportive, caring people who contribute positively to your growth. Your social circle will expand, your confidence will grow, and your achievements will multiply. Each step you take towards personal success delivers a blow to the narcissist's ego, a reminder that their role in your life is not as central as they once believed. Thriving without them means pursuing your own dreams, passions, and future. They may try to undermine your success, belittle your achievements, or downplay your progress, but none of it will matter because you've already disconnected from their need for control. Your happiness and success become the ultimate reminder that they no longer have power over you. Calm in the storm is one of the most powerful ways to break free from a narcissist's hold. Narcissists thrive on chaos, drama, and emotional upheaval. They rely on triggering your emotions to create confusion, manipulate your reactions, and keep you in a constant state of instability. But when you learn to stay calm, when you refuse to be rattled by their antics, you disarm their ability to control you. Narcissists often create storms, moments of emotional volatility where they lash out, manipulate, or stir up trouble. They know that if they can get you to react emotionally, they gain power. This is when you need to exercise your most powerful tool, your ability to remain composed, unaffected, and unwavering in your own peace. It's not easy and it takes practice, but staying calm in the face of their chaos sends a clear message. They no longer have the power to disrupt your inner peace. When you respond with calmness, their attempts to provoke you lose their effect. Their manipulation falls flat. Instead of fueling the drama, your calm demeanor highlights their instability and exposes their inability to control you. Staying calm means not engaging in their arguments, not feeding into their provocations, and not letting their words shake your confidence. It's about maintaining your emotional stability, even when they try to pull you into their whirlwind. Over time, your calmness becomes your strength, and their inability to break you becomes their greatest frustration. But also strip the narcissist of the control they desperately seek. Your calmness becomes a shield, reflecting their own insecurities and preventing them from feeding off your emotional reactions. When you stay composed, you send a clear signal. I am in control of my emotions, not you. This realization is unsettling for a narcissist, as their power lies in your vulnerability. The more you practice staying calm, the more you reinforce your boundaries and safeguard your peace, making it clear that their manipulation no longer holds sway over you. It's essential to make it clear that you are not someone they can control. Remaining calm in the midst of chaos allows you to think more clearly. When you become emotionally destabilized, you lose sight of your goals, values, and the reality of the situation. Narcissists thrive on clouding your judgment, making you question your decisions and causing self-doubt. But by staying calm, you keep your mind clear and focused. This enables you to evaluate the situation objectively, make thoughtful decisions, and respond in ways that serve your best interests. Remaining calm also protects your boundaries. Narcissists often attempt to break through the walls you've set by emotionally manipulating you into feeling guilty, anxious, or insecure. However, when you stay calm, you reinforce those boundaries and make it clear that their emotional games won't work. You establish an unshakable sense of inner peace that no external chaos can disturb. This unwavering calm becomes a powerful form of resistance against their efforts to control or provoke you. By mastering the art of staying calm, you regain your power. You stop being a pawn in their emotional game and begin playing on your own terms. It's not just about weathering the storm, it's about becoming the calm center within it. Knowing that no matter the chaos around you, you remain anchored in your peace, your truth, and your strength. At the end of the day, dealing with a narcissist is about taking back control. It's about recognizing their tactics and refusing to let them manipulate, control, or define you. When you ignore their tactics, establish boundaries, refuse to validate their ego, and stay confident in your own self-worth, you dismantle the power they once had over you. As you thrive without them, you demonstrate that your happiness and success are not dependent on their approval. You make them realize that they are not the center of your world. By staying calm in the storm, you create an impenetrable shield around your peace. You refuse to be provoked or pulled into their chaos. Remaining composed, no matter how hard they try to trigger you, strips them of their power to control your emotions and reactions. You reclaim your own space, your own peace, and your own strength. In the end, it's not about fighting back or seeking revenge. It's about rising above, holding your ground, and becoming the best version of yourself. By doing so, you rob the narcissist of their primary source of power, your emotional vulnerability. You become a force that cannot be easily shaken. And that, my friends, is how you make a narcissist miserable.